Welcome back to the Angry Man Podcast with Jason and Greg. So, Jay, breaking news, Jermall Charlo has actually missed weight. The contracted weight was 163 pounds. He came in at 166.4, 3.4 pounds over the limit. Now, let me preface my following comments with this. I know a lot of you are going to say, well, the weigh-in is later today. Just so you're aware, weigh-ins typically are earlier in the day. What you tend to see live is a ceremonial weigh-in. They have already conducted the weigh-ins earlier in the day. So just so for the people who are going to be in the comment section saying that's not true because they haven't even weighed in yet. They have weighed in. He has missed weight. Now, Jay, the interesting part of this, right? Because when you see Jermall Charlo, when I saw Jermall Charlo as a part of the presser this week, he did look a bit heavy. But at the same time, you know, these guys are going to melt down weight. They're going to get in the sauna room. They're going to do whatever required to get down to the weight. Now, what's interesting about this whole thing, Jay, is that when they initially did the virtual press conference between him and Jose Benavidez Jr., he said that I'm starting training camp tomorrow. A lot of the people in the comment section said that, nah, man, that's just a matter of fact, Jay, I believe you even said, nah, that's probably a little bit of gamesmanship. So a lot of people in the comment section.
It was cap.
Yeah, a lot of people in the comment section saying that, you know, they thought that it was just a little bit of gamemanship in terms of what Jermall Charlo was saying. And, I wasn't so sure about that because he said it with such a straight face. And I made the comment that he said that basically in stride with the question that was being asked. And it wasn't something that was kind of like just brought up or somebody asked him a specific question in regards to that. He just kind of was talking and then he made the comment that he was starting training camp tomorrow. So in my personal opinion, that's just, there may have been some merit to the fact that he was starting training camp the following day. Not only that, Jay, when you've been off for 2 years, over 2 years, things happen, right? It started to become more difficult to make the weight. He's already 33 years old. Your body is not acclimated or accustomed to trying to make that weight anymore. Probably not even acclimated to that level of conditioning or going through the rigors of a training camp. So I just feel like that 2.5 years it's impacting him. Now you got to ask yourself, Jay, what else is going to be a little bit off? You've been off 2.5 years. You say you've been in training camp. You've been training, but that's not the same thing as being in a fight. What else could be off? Could we see an upset tomorrow? I personally don't believe so. But at the same time, I just feel like he either did himself a disjustice or he didn't properly understand what it took after being off 2.5 years to actually get yourself back into peak condition and also get yourself to that weight. So clearly he's had some challenges. Now the teams are still trying to negotiate to salvage the fight. So I'm of the mindset the fight still is going to happen. But what's going to happen is he's going to have to concede some dollars to Jose Benavidez Jr. So, Jay, what's your thoughts on that? Jermall Charlo, breaking news, he's coming in overweight, 3.4 pounds currently.
Not a good look. Like to your point, he's older. He's been out the ring for like 2.5 years, just about. But all to know is he was talking that he didn't need a long training camp and like he just started training camp. It makes at least crazy to think that maybe he did just start the training camp. This makes no sense for him to be this heavy. It's also the fact that he was talking about, oh, I could have made 160. No, you couldn't have. You couldn't have defended your title because you lost your title on the scale. So, you couldn't make 160. You can't even make 163, which is a catch weight that you concocted for you to make it easier for you coming off a long layoff, which I thought about. I was like, okay, I understand the catch weight for him because he's coming off a long layoff. But now you come in, that much heavier. Hell, you're 6 pounds over your championship weight and 3.4 pounds over the contracted weight. You got to get it together. This ain't a good look for you, player. Ain't a good look for you. And not only that, to your point, if he's coming in heavy already, what else is going to be off? His timing is definitely going to be off. Yeah, you can spar and all that stuff there, but it's not real. It's not in the ring fighting. You know what I'm saying? And some of the stuff we've seen wasn't necessarily the most, like, oh man, he's looking great. He did a little shadow boxing and everything, showing that movement there. But what type of tank he's going to have in this fight here? We know. Good thing about Benavidez just comes straight for you for the most part. He's a pressure fighter, so he's going to test that gas tank and he can crack. But I don't think Benavidez is going to go in there being, completely disregarding Jermall Charlo's power or anything like that. I think he's going to be in there a little bit conserved. So we don't know. It could be an upset tomorrow. I mean, before this, I was thinking like it's going to take some time. I thought Maul would get his feet wet and take his time to get acclimated back to fighting again. Now with this extra weight right here, I'm like, I don't know. Maybe he had too much turkey yesterday. I don't know what happened with him, but it ain't a good look. I mean, Jose came in closer to his 160 weight that he wanted to fight at anyway, so we can tell Jose's in shape for sure. Jermall, not so much. So we'll see how this impacts the fight. I think it's going to have some type of impact on the fight. I don't know if it's enough to impact the fight where he loses to Jose Benavidez Jr., but it's not a clear-cut favorite. I can tell you that much for sure.
Yeah, the time off, man. I mean, at the end of the day, you're still going to have to work through some of the challenges with being off for so long, right? I mean, you got to understand that part of it. And then again, conditioning is going to be different. You've been in the ring. You haven't been in the ring for 2.5 years. Your conditioning is going to be challenged. I don't care what it is. I don't care what sport you are participating in. You come back, whether or not you're in good shape or not, is going to take a little bit of time to get in what we call game shape, or I guess in this particular case, fighting shape. And so he's in shape, but I fully expect that, he's going to have some challenges tomorrow. If he doesn't get Jose Benavidez out of there early, it could get interesting, in my opinion, just because of, the conditioning challenges he may have. And I know some people are going to say we're blowing this out of proportion. Guys come in overweight all the time. But, dude, what you got to think about in this particular situation is that this particular fighter is not just coming in overweight. He's been out of the ring for 2.5 years. That's what made this unique. That's the caveat that we currently have in this particular situation with Jermall Charlo. It is a different situation. And I think I'm not going to say there's going to be an upset tomorrow, because I just feel like Jermall Charlo is just too big at the end of the day. He will eventually catch Jose Benavidez. But let me tell you something. If it gets past round 5 and 6 and Maul hasn't done any damage or caught him yet, could get interesting. Could get interesting, Jay.
Yeah, definitely get interesting. Not only that, how's this going to impact his potential Cinco de Mayo fight that he's been talking about, that he's rumored about having with Canelo? I mean, actually, this might be perfect. This would be perfect for Canelo. Canelo definitely now for sure.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt him, because at the end of the day, I mean, he's still coming in under 168 pounds. So I would imagine that he'll be able to make 168. But it shouldn't hurt him with a Canelo fight. Maybe his overall performance against Jose Benavidez may hurt him in terms of. So he needs to look at least good, and I think that's the reason why Jose Benavidez Jr. was picked, so that he can look good. But if he doesn't look good, then maybe it could affect his opportunity to face Canelo Alvarez. We just seen one Charlo not look good against Canelo. I doubt that anyone wants to see a second Charlo look similar.
Fact.
You guys tell us what you think in the comment section in regards to Jermall Charlo has missed weight. Breaking news. Will it impact his performance? Let us know. Don't forget to hate, like, comment, and subscribe. This is the Angry Man Podcast at M Sports Media, and we are